Well, as Stephen mentioned, Haiti is the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, and a big task for the new president will be getting the economy moving. I spoke about that with Brian Concannon, the executive director of the Institute for Justice and Democracy in Haiti. And I asked him how he would characterize the current state of Haiti's economy.
Haiti's economy's in a tough spot. Like many other countries in the world, it's had trouble recovering from the global recession, and that trouble's been compounded by natural disasters, including the 2010 earthquake and Hurricane Matthew that hit last month in Haiti, and also by a political crisis that has now dragged on for the last 5 years. Hopefully, the end of that is in sight now.
Now, you mentioned a number of factors from the natural disasters to the political situation, among others. So how does the emergency relief and reconstruction efforts, how does that all play into what's happening into the economy?
Well, that's about 20% of GDP was lost by Hurricane Matthew. Obviously, the government's going to need to respond to that, to rebuild infrastructure, to provide support to keep people from starving, because among the things that were destroyed were crops, so there's concerns that there's going to be a countrywide food crisis. The government will get a little bit of help from the international community, but right now it doesn't look like the international hurricane relief is going to be even 10% of what was lost. So it certainly puts the Haitian government deeper into a hole. What is good news, perhaps, from the elections, for the first time in February, for the first time in 5 years, it's likely that you will have a constitutional president with a full complement of parliament and local officials. That will at least give Haiti the chance to make some of the difficult decisions that you need to bring Haiti out of its current economic straits.
Now let's look at the global community. The IMF is saying, quote, authorities are committed to revising their strategy for growth and social protection to ensure that rebuilding and recovery efforts support the long-term goals of poverty reduction and stronger growth. What sort of tools does Haiti's government have to really back up that commitment?
That's a good question. And another good question is, what is the Haiti government? You had, through this political crisis, you had the Martelly administration that left in February. And for the last couple of years, the administration was mostly involved in resolving the electoral crisis itself. For the last 9 months, you've had an interim government that was not constitutional. And again, its main job has been to try to get to elections. And as a result, a lot of other things, including long-term planning, have been left aside. And I think there are plans in effect, but it's really going to be up to the new government to come up with realistic, practically impactful plans to grow Haiti in a way that is resilient, in a way that brings prosperity to a wide spectrum of the Haitian people.
Now, a lot of people do tend to focus more on the recovery and what's being kind of needed to really help the country as itself just stabilize, as opposed to looking forward to ways it can really thrive and grow its economy. Where would you say some of the biggest opportunities lie in really helping the economy grow?
There are lots of opportunities in Haiti. One thing that everybody who works in Haiti and investors and employers say is that the frontline employees in Haiti are among the best in the world. Haitians work really hard. They're good at learning basic skills. The problem, though, is that Haiti lacks middle management, and a large part of that is experience, but also the poor educational system. And so what I think has to happen is there needs to be critical investments in education, in helping to develop the middle management that Haiti needs to grow. In terms of the traditional economy, about over a third of the jobs have traditionally been in agriculture. There are opportunities in agriculture, including export of things like mangoes and other things that Haiti does very well. But I think there are also opportunities in the innovation economy. Many people have been trying to increase the assembly manufacture industry in Haiti. That's been a tough row to hoe as of late. For example, there's one big series of plants in a town called Caracol in the north of Haiti. There have been over $400 billion of investments in that, and it's only created a few thousand jobs, which is less than a tenth of what was originally envisaged.
Now, Brian, as Haiti continues to build on its economic reforms and also rebuild after Hurricane Matthew, which the UN says cost about $2 billion in damage for Haiti. What about the future generations of Haitians? What does all this mean for their economic future?
Right now, there is a widespread sense of despair, especially in poor neighborhoods in the cities and in rural Haiti, where the younger generation is afraid that life is not going to be better for them, and they feel that they're mired in poverty. And I think there needs to be fairly bold measures taken to give that generation an opportunity, both to take advantage of the great intelligence and dedication that they can bring to their country, but also to avoid some kind of a social explosion that you will have if you leave large segments of the population out of the economy.